Fast RMX is the third in a series of futuristic racing games from Shinen Multimedia. Many see this game as a spiritual successor to the F-Zero series from Nintendo, as it follows many of the same traits. Speed, floating cars, and futuristic beats all make an expected appearance. When I say this game has speed, I am not kidding. It is extremely fast, nearly to the point of disorientation. While that may seem like a bad thing, trust me when I say it gives you a rush like nothing else currently on the market. You hold down the gas, fly down the track, hit boost pads, avoid obstacles, and try to come in the prized first place position. What makes Fast RMX so unique is the strategy involved in each race. As you speed through the course, you'll come across different colored boost pads, blue and orange. As you race, you'll be able to hit a button that changes your car's phase between the two colors. If you hit the boost pad with the matching color, you'll shoot ahead into the lead. But if you manage to go over the opposite color, your speed will be greatly reduced. You'll also be able to collect boost pellets that allow you to store up a special boost meter. This can be activated at any time with the press of a button, shooting you ahead similar to boost pads. However, you can also use it to knock out your rival vehicle. If you come upon another racer, hit your boost and send them spinning out of control. If you miss, however, you may send yourself flying right off the track. Remember how I said this game is extremely fast? Well, with great speed comes even greater difficulty. This game is extremely challenging, even on the first difficulty setting. One wrong boost or nudge of the control stick, and you could be careening off the track, crashing in an instant. While you will return to the race, you will lose your lead, never able to regain it. It's this gone in an instant sense of tension that makes this nail-biting racer so rewarding. While it may appear to be extremely challenging, once you master the controls, you'll be on your way to victory. Like most racers nowadays, it is worth mentioning that this game does face some of the standard rubber banding issues that come with modern day racers. While you may have hit every boost perfectly, taken every turn like a champ, and made your opponents eat your dust, at the first sign of your struggle, your opponents will be blazing ahead of you in the blink of an eye. Some may see this as an issue, but it does add to the game's overall challenge. While this is a standard racer, Shinen Multimedia did provide us with multiple ways to enjoy going around the game's 30 courses. The main meat and potatoes of this game is Championship Mode. This decent-sized campaign includes 3 CCs, which span across 10 cups and 15 unlockable vehicles. This is where you'll be spending the majority of your time with the title. After completing Championship Mode, move on to Hero Mode. This mode plays a lot like F-Zero. In this situation, your boost meter also becomes your shield meter. Do you risk using your boost to speed ahead, or save it up to crash into oncoming racers? While this mode is great, I do wish it had more options. You can only choose to race one race at a time. I wish there was an opportunity to take on a full cup in this style of gameplay. Once you've mastered the courses in single player, you'll be able to test your mettle in multiplayer mode. Here, you can play 2 to 4 player local split screen, 2 to 8 player local communication, where you can wirelessly play with 8 separate Switch consoles, and 2 to 8 player online mode. The online mode works great for a launch title, yet it is worth mentioning that in multiple races, I would notice my opponent oftentimes glitching down the track. Hopefully, this can be addressed with the recently announced future updates. As far as controllers go, you can play this with any of the Nintendo Switch control schemes. You can play in handheld mode, with the Joy-Con grip, Joy-Cons by themselves, the Pro Controller, or the individual Joy-Con on their side, which is great for tabletop mode. However you like to play, there'll be an option for you. The first thing you'll notice when playing Fast RMX is how beautiful of a game this really is. While the world may be passing you by at breakneck speed, you can't help but admire your surroundings. It's extremely impressive to know that it runs at a steady 1080p 60 frames per second in TV mode and 720p 60 frames per second in handheld mode. This includes when being in split-screen multiplayer. From the atmosphere, weather effects, and vehicles, they all have a great shine. Lighting effects look beautiful, and the water is mesmerizing. If you want to show off how impressive a game can look on Nintendo Switch, look no further than Fast RMX. With only a handful of Nintendo Switch launch titles, some may believe that it doesn't have much to offer outside of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. While I do feel that Breath of the Wild is the first must-own title on the system, if you have enough money for a second game, I highly suggest purchasing Fast RMX. It can be a great palate cleanser from your long hours of adventuring in Breath of the Wild. With its fast speed, beautiful graphics, and ambitious difficulty, I see this as the second must-own game on the newly refurbished system. The Life of Gaming gives Fast RMX 4 out of 5. We hope you enjoyed this content from The Life of Gaming. If you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe down below. You can also catch our weekly podcast every Sunday on iTunes, SoundCloud, and the Google Play Store. You can find us on Twitter @LifeGamingPod and on Facebook. Until next time, we are out.